Hey and welcome to The Best Is Yet to Come. So we're going to look at reigniting your vision and mission at any age. So our vision is our what and our why, our mission is our how. So just take a few moments to reflect, think about, does your vision still resonate with who you are, with your audience, what it is that you want to deliver going forward? And when you think about the doing bit, the delivery bit, do you need to start something, stop something, review something? Is something working that needs tweaking, working that needs chucking away? So this is a great moment to think about all of those things. You know, how you feel about them, do they still resonate with you? So in terms of the best is yet to come, we're thinking about that long-term vision. We're thinking about every step that we're going to take that's going to get us to some point in the future. However, at the same time, we really want to think about how we're going to enjoy the present. So we want to appreciate the process. You know, it's not always focusing on the future, although we are thinking about the best is yet to come. So we're standing here, we need to be in the present moment. And one of the great ways of doing that, you know, is get out of the doing and go and daydream. You know, if you've got a terrace, go and sit on the terrace, stare at the hills. I live in Spain, so I can sit on the terrace and stare at the hills. But you could get out of the doing and daydream on a walk or something like that. And this is a great quote. Remember that the present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. It always is. It always is. So some of the things that you can do, and I'm just going to share some prompts, some different kind of exercises. So I've just been through a big review of workshops, masterminds, all kinds of coaching experiences, courses that I've done over the last year. And I've thought about what were those experiences like? What did I enjoy? What didn't I enjoy? And I think it's about when you go back and look at the stuff that you've been through, what wouldn't you want to foist on your own clients? I mean, it's a great opportunity to really feel into stuff that you've been through and thought about what did you really enjoy, and also think about things that you have delivered and how your perception is that, you know, how your audience has enjoyed those things. Because I think often we do things because maybe we think we should or we ought to, or some guru has said that's a great idea and it just might not work with you. So the reverse bucket list is a list of things you never want to do. And again, for me, you know, I like to feel into things. It's like, well, why wouldn't I? How does, you know, when I was having that experience, how did it make me feel? So the reverse bucket list is a great way to go, these are the things I am never going to do again. The next thing to have a look at is imagine that you have a compass. And what you might want to do, something that is perhaps a different idea, is to draw your compass on a sheet of paper, maybe, and then around the compass is think of some of the things that you would like to do, some things you want to achieve, and then look at it and ask, what is the doubt? You know, close your eyes and think about what is on that paper. What are you drawn to? What resonates with you? What direction is your compass pointing? Why is it pointing that way? And describe everything using all of your senses. What will you know, sense, feel, smell, taste? Think about everything that you'll experience when you follow your compass. Now, I love this one because I like to write. So think about some of the books that you've read and how the plot twists in ways that you were never expecting. So you are writing the book of your life. We're coming to the climax, the bit where the The story's going to change and we're going to astound our readers. So if you're the author of your life, what plot twist, get your teeth around that, would you like to introduce next? Now, if you love, love, love writing, as I do, go and get a journal and actually write that as a story and then add that little plot twist in. And then again, you know, I really do believe that we need to bring all of our senses into this. So what you feel, sense, know, you know, what you touch, smell, what? You know, when you've written this delicious plot twist, what comes next? When were you last truly brave with your choices? Now, for some people, it's very difficult to be vulnerable. But I think if we're going to be brave, we do have to have that level of vulnerability. It's all very well being brave and bold and charging ahead. But if we think about it, if we stop and come into that space and said, again, how does that make me feel? So being brave and vulnerable is thinking about that comfort zone and stepping outside of it. What's inside the comfort zone and what is outside that you want to pursue? And again, don't get a sheet of paper. So you could draw your comfort zone and write everything that's inside the comfort zone. And then, you know, maybe the one thing that you want to go after that is outside of your comfort zone, and think about what it would be like to just step over that line. Perhaps you even want to do a little hop, skip and jump to get over that line. And the same things with, you know, crossroads. Sometime in the past, you were at a crossroads and you might have thought, I don't know what way to go, but actually I'm going to go that way. And it may or may not have been the right way to go, but you will have learned something by it. And just taking that one step is incredibly brave. So when you were, when those things came up, you know, did you take some kind of a risk? I'm very risk averse. I like to explore things, as you can tell. I like to feel into things. And then I like to think about it, sleep on it, and then decide what I'm going to do next. So, but did you take a financial, emotional, or physical risk to pursue your vision? Is it something that you think of doing again? Did you make a choice that was aligned with your values, or didn't you? I know when I don't do things that align with my values, I move into a state of bitterness, and if I keep pushing, I end up being burnt out. So I'm not going to do any of those things again. Now, did any decision that you make inspire and support anybody in any way? So I'm going to come back to that question. When were you last truly brave with your choices? What is the bravest thing that you can do today to move you closer to your heart's desires? What does life want? I love these two questions. What does life want for you, and what do you want from life? And I think, you know, often this is, we have to stand back. Again, you know, I journal these things, but stand back and look at that bigger picture. What does life want for you? Are you being called to stand up and step in your power and move forward with purpose, step into your values? Are you being called to do something bigger that perhaps feels a little scary? What are you doing to make a difference? Now, when we say making a difference in the world, that it could be on a global scale, but it might just be in your community. So what does life want from you, and what do you want from life? You can explore this endlessly. I think these two questions lend themselves to a lovely mind map. Write the questions in the middle, do lots of mind mapping, and then write about them. What are you willing to commit to? So, you know, you've got a vision, you can set goals and make intentions, but actually only when you commit to something will you eventually achieve them. So sometimes, I think it comes back to that brave question. Sometimes we set out to do something or be some way, and we can feel it, but then it's like, oh my God, I'm going to take a step forward and I don't want to do it. How am I going to do that? So, you know, what are we going to commit to? What are you willing to commit to? And I think it's, again, it's one of those things. It's like being in a comfort zone. We step over that line and we say, we've done that, excellent. And then that comfort zone expands again and we step back. So we just need to take one small step. Just keep committing, one small step. But what are you willing to commit to realise your vision and your mission? This is a fantastic question. What do you want to create for your life? For me, it's all about freedom. You know, I've done the big corporate stuff. I've done all kinds of things. And I love living in my little Spanish village in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the hills, with my 2 dogs. And that sense of freedom that comes with living in such peace and tranquility. So, you know, for me, it's gone from hustle bustle to inner peace, and that's what I truly, really value, is the peace of life. But take a think about what it is that who you want to be, who you want to become. Think about how that aligns with everything that we've talked about, and think about, like, we want to take control of our destiny, and we want to set ourselves up for success, and that's success on our terms in the way that we view it. So success for me is being able to live in this beautiful place, but also being able to do the things that I know makes a difference to my audience. So what do you want to create for your life, and how do you view success? If not now, when? So we want to do something, and I think lots of us are very good at procrastinating. So, you know, first of all, it's never too late. There's so many people that have done amazing things much, much later on in their life, and that's the right time for them, and it's the right time for you. You know, sometimes it's wise to act now. Sometimes it's wise to start things now and then think about what's going on. It might be sensible to delay something. But truly, if there's something that is in your heart, your heart's desire, my question is, if not now, when? It's a great question. So be brave, be vulnerable, step out of your comfort zone, walk towards whatever it is, commit. If not now, when? So the best is most definitely yet to come. And this is just a reminder that no matter where you are in life, there's always, I think there's always something beautiful on the horizon. There's always something amazing to be discovered and experienced. I tend to think of life as a little bit of adventure, or a series of adventures, and maybe some of them I wish I'd never done, but hey ho, you know, we learn a lot by those things. So the best is yet to come. So back to our friend Zig Ziglar. Always remember that your present situation is not your final destination, and the best is most definitely yet to come. And you can find me at Accende Creatives, and you can find me as Dale Darley on LinkedIn. And thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure.